Thank you, gentlemen, for coming onto the program.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Tuberculosis. It's a dreaded disease. Papua New Guineans are vulnerable to it. There are components of it, I suppose. One is how we get it and what can be done about it. There's a lot of questions about it. Let's try and explore this, and we'll start with you, Doctor. The situation in this country with tuberculosis, can you give us a summary?
Well, tuberculosis is, at this point in time, we could put it uncontrolled. It's uncontrolled at this time, and we have come into emergency situations, and so the numbers of this infection has gone up. At this point in time, there's about 30,000+ people who have had or who have this infection in the country, and not only that, but it's also as a result of things that we have maybe challenged with and not doing. The tuberculosis infection has gone into what we call drug-resistant forms.
Drug-resistant?
Drug-resistant forms of tuberculosis.
That's even more dangerous.
It is, and so that's added on the burden of tuberculosis to us. But not only that, we also have this infection called HIV or human immunodeficiency virus infection, and that's also affected the drive or fueled the TB epidemic to also to increase, and so that's the challenge for us.
It's huge, 30,000 plus.
Yes.
Every year.
Every year. Okay. And then from the health department standpoint and government, I suppose, where is it more prevalent? Any specific area?
Well, first of all, the tuberculosis infection is widespread throughout the country. So no part of our country is exempt.
Okay.
Every province and every part of our country is
It doesn't
affected.
discriminate.
It does not discriminate, no.
But we hear that like Western province seems, they talk about tuberculosis in the Western province more so than they would, I guess, in Morave.
No, I just wanted to say, first of all, that it's spread out throughout the country.
Okay.
But there are pockets where it's an issue, and we've declared it as hotspots. The most important one is the National Capital District. I think we have to bring that to light. And the point about the National Capital District is that it has just about 5% of our population in this country, but 25% of the TB load or challenge is in National Capital District. Wow. Where Western Province or Daru has come in the spotlight is because of this drug-resistant forms of TB.
Okay.
But that doesn't exempt other parts of the country as well. We do have that also in many parts of our country, and I think 2 or so years ago we did a drug-resistant survey, and that showed out that just about many parts of our country are included in these drug-resistant forms of TB.
Okay. When you say drug-resistant, to me that's frightening. I could have TB and there is no medicine, because whatever I take, it is the disease is resistant to that. You explain that a little bit.
Well, the beauty about it is that TB, in the normal, so to speak, form, is curable. We can cure TB. That's not a big deal. It's just that it takes a bit longer. We have the best drugs available in the world today, and if we do the right thing, take our medicines every day, we will get cured. So that's the beauty about this.
All right.
But the problem is and challenge is that it takes a long time. And obviously, when you're taking medicines for a long time, there are many factors that affect you, the person, and a lot of times there's people who just don't take their medicines well. There are a lot of factors, as I said, and as a result of that, what happens is these resistant forms develop.
Okay, I see. So in other words, doctor, if you have TB, you are given a program to take medicine, maybe 5 months, 9 months, whatever it is, and you have to complete that program in order for that for, in order for TB to cure within you. But you break
Yes.
it, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's just like any fight that anyone does. If I'm fighting with somebody, I have to fight to the full and ensure I give them the biggest blow that I can. And that's how you get rid of it. If you
Okay.
just give half-half,
Leave your guard down,
50-50,
he
that's
blows
it.
you.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, 30,000. Okay, year. Casualty numbers, please.
Well, deaths would be probably around about 5 or so thousand, but
A year.
it's a year, somewhere around in that vicinity, which is not so bad compared to many parts of the world, but it's a big challenge, and that's a big issue. Now, having said that, when we talk about the dangerous forms of the tuberculosis, then that's where we see a bigger number of people who lose their lives,
Okay.
and that's a big challenge for us.
Okay. I want to talk about how we are infected by tuberculosis, how we get it, what are the things we can do a little later on, but from the World Health Organization standpoint, what can you tell us about the situation here?
Well, as my colleague Dr. Dakulala mentioned, tuberculosis is a very, very big problem in Papua New Guinea. And if we look at it from the perspective of the region, the Western Pacific region, Papua New Guinea has the highest rate of infection in this region. Even at the global level, it is the number 10 country with the highest prevalence of tuberculosis.
We are the 10th in the
Global,
world.
10th in the world in terms of rate, not in terms of absolute numbers.
Okay.
I mean, we are comparing with China.
Sure.
China, of course, has
Yes.
many more people, many more cases. But in terms of rates per what we call 100,000 population, yes, Papua New Guinea has the 10th highest rate in the world.
Well, doctors, how have we come to that? How have we reached that? And why?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, and that I guess is also a result of our health systems and generally our conditions in where we come from.
Yeah.
When we have issues with poverty, when we have issues with and that gives rise to say in the settings like the National Capital District, when we have overcrowding. All those factors, have that fueling effect, and I alluded to the HIV/AIDS sort of response in all of these, and of course the ability of all our systems in terms of health, how we help to deal with the